this Blue Zoo TV webisode, we'll see a cramped but successful fish hatchery located in the basement of Something Fishy. And we'll learn how frozen food from H2O Life products can help your fish eat early and often. When you visit Cleveland, Ohio, you'll find one of the coolest fish stores in the Midwest, a place called Something Fishy. It's loaded with quality, hard-to-find cichlids. Hobbyists from all over the country are discovering this amazing fish store. Not only is Something Fishy an aquarium store, it's a maternity ward as well. Dave, explain what you have in front of us.
This fish right here is called a Rusty Cichlid. It's from Lake Malawi, and it's a mouthbrooder. It's holding the fry within her mouth.
So we have two separate vials here because you're going to play nurse and...
Basically, kind of like induced labor. I'm going to pull her out and put her in this container, and I'm going to strip the fry from her mouth.
Now, is this normal procedure? I mean, do you do this often?
Yes,
and why?
We do this almost daily here. What it does is gives the female time to recoup, and if she released the fry within the aquarium with the other fish, they would become food. So we have a better survival rate when we strip the female of the fry.
Well, Nurse Ratchet, show us what you're doing.
All right. Use a toothpick to open the bottom jaw. It's going to be a little stubborn there. Yeah. Oh, there they are.
Babies.
Yep. Look at all the babies.
How many typically?
For this female, it could be 12 to 24 at the most. Sorry, she's a little anxious there. Got a few more. I go up and down and help flush them through the gills. The water flushes through the gills, and then the babies come out.
Now, isn't it true that when the babies come out, the first person that the fish sees is the daddy? Ben, I know you got splashed a little bit, but congratulations. You're the happy father. Where are the cigars? So now, what would you do with her, and what would you do with the fry?
Well, I possibly will put her in another tank, let her recoup, let her eat, and then I'll put her back with the other male and other females in the aquarium. And these guys, they're about almost 3 weeks old at this point. They have a little bit of egg sac left. I'll take them down in the hatchery, bubble them, and then once they're free swimming, we'll move them into a smaller tank, like a 5 or 10 gallon tank, and grow them up a little bit bigger. Then you'll see we'll move them up into a larger aquarium to put some more size on them before we bring them up to the store. Now,
David mentioned that they do this pretty much every day, and you're going to see why, because our next visit, I'm going to put our little Blue Zoo construction hat on Dave, and there's a reason why. We're going down the basement. Well, now, Dave, you see why I have you in that hat, or I should say hard hat. At what point down here in the basement does Jason jump out at us? You know, from the movie.
Oh, no Jason, just fish.
Now, this is one of two sides of the dungeon, I guess you could call it?
Yep, one of the hatcheries.
Hatcheries, that's a good name for it. Well, I think we should look around.
Let's take a look.
Tucked away in Dave's basement are hundreds of tanks filled with thousands of young cichlids. And Dave has a reputation for raising some of the best fish in the country.
Nature's microbes have self-cleansing power. EcoBioBlock is infused with nature's own microbes in volcanic rock. Creates a perfect ecosystem by clarifying cloudy water and replacing minerals. Setting up aquariums has never been easier. Reduce water changes and vacuumings. EcoBioBlock. Clear water, healthy fish. Give us a call or go online to wondersave.com.
Do I still have to wear this hat?
What's wrong with it?
Look at me.
Oh, give me it. You know, you have such a low... Do you know that this is our prop department, unlimited budget of at least $6? We have a low ceiling here in the dungeon. Now, upstairs, you did a little maternity work with the Rusty Cichlid. Describe what's going on in this tank, because there are fry everywhere.
Okay, these are a Tanganyikan cichlid, and they're an egg layer, and they breed in like a cave. So there's a male and female. The male's up on top. He's patrolling, and the female's on the lower end down there. And this is their fry. Once they hatch, they come out of the cave, and they protect them.
What's the name? What's the species?
These are called a gold sexbasiatus. Sorry, there's no common name.
Why don't you say it a little faster? So how long until these fry kind of break away from mom and dad or mom and pop and are on their own? Or do you take them out of the tank?
Sometimes we try to see if the parents will take care of them themselves. It's better naturally if they raise them themselves and feed them in there for a month, 2 months till they're up to size, and then we would take them.
What's the likelihood then of the survival rate of the fry in a percentage wise?
Most will survive if the parents end up being good parents. Sometimes it takes them a couple times to get it right. They're like new parents, they don't know what to do. Unfortunately, they might eat their fry. So that's sometimes we put some other fish in the tank as dither fish. So it kind of takes the aggression off each other and to pay attention to the other fish in the tank.
Practicing parenthood.
Yes.
I like that. We should try to bring that to the human race.
There we go.
To have a happy marine tank, you need some happy food for your fish. And who better to talk about that than a guy that has 300 tanks, marine tanks, under one roof, John Gerber, Gerber's Saltwater Warehouse. John.
Hey, Frank.
How you doing?
Good.
Give us an idea of why H2O Life Frozen Foods is your answer to your 300 plus tanks.
Well, I think what happens is when we get a lot of fish in, there are a lot of fish are finicky when they first come in to eat. And what I like about H2O Life Foods is the fish accept them right off. So it helps us to get the nutrition to the fish right away.
So on the marine side, you have fish from all over the world coming here, and H2O Life Foods basically allows you to feed them frozen food pretty quickly.
Yeah, and it gives me, they have enough different varieties that I can feed almost every fish I have in the building.
Well, let's talk about a couple of them you have in front of you. One of the keys to marine life always seems that some of these fish are finicky eaters. Does H2O Life Frozen Foods have an answer to that?
Yes, the clams on the half shell are what we use to feed our butterfly fish, and they're extremely finicky. And being that it's a clam on a half shell, it's the most natural food that we can give them is what they're eating in the ocean.
Okay, so we've taken care of the finicky. How about fish and reef number one?
With that, it feeds a wide variety of fish that we have in the building, but the best thing about that is its nutritional value, and it just really enhances the fish's colors with the amino acids and all the different vitamins in it.
So even if you have a couple of larger fish and smaller fish in the same tank, fish reef number one can kind of take care of both of them.
Absolutely.
Now, when it comes to diet and fusing products together, give us an idea of what Marine Fusion is by H2O Life Frozen Foods.
The best thing about Marine Fusion is that it's 5 different foods mixed together, and we get the krill, the squid, the clams, and it gives all your different fish a very good variety of food.
Does the frozen side of food like this better acclimate the fish when they come here versus a dry?
Absolutely. When you start fish out on frozen food, they just do so much better. I always tell people that the frozen foods, like eating your meat and vegetables, you have to have that in your diet. A lot of the dry foods are like eating cereal. They're good for breakfast, but you can't live off them 3 meals a day.
So H2O Life Frozen Foods really allows you to give them a variety of a diet when they get here.
Absolutely.
Use the best new frozen foods for feeding your prized marine specimens. H2O Life brings you premium quality, fresh and natural ingredients. Clams and mussels on the half shell, fish and reef formulas 1 and 2, and convenient IQF silver sides and krill. Ask for H2O Life Aquarium Foods at your local retail store and check us out at h2olifefoods.com.